I mean that. And I said, that's it. And I stopped it took me about 6 more months to taper off. But that's it. So now the fear was gone.
When you went up,
I got more fear sitting here because
what did you say your name was?
40 cookies already. I got a fear of going back to Weight Watchers, man. God.
So
go ahead.
When you went up, what did you say your name was if you didn't know what it was?
Oh, no. It was at the old Ding Ho. Yeah. I'm dating myself. You know, this is new guy.
I'll also go out with you.
Ba-da-boom. I got that. I mean, like I said, after all these years, and I want to thank, I don't know who's, your mom and dad. And you personally, I want to thank you for doing that, covering that roast last, whatever the hell, 2 weeks ago. I forget what it was, but it was a nice,
November 7th.
very nice statement of, well, I'm the oldest guy in Boston, so they're doing it now before I terminate, you see. Why not give it to him while he's alive, you know? True story, when they were going to do, this is true, when John Peasy and help me.
Jane Sullivan Toomey
approached me about this. I said, what, have you seen x-rays I haven't seen? Usually when they do these tributes, you've got about X amount of time to be on this planet.
Now, Bob,
I don't have to mention the couple of comics in the last few years.
When they did this tribute, tell me a little bit about what the most outstanding part of it was for you.
Me? What the hell do you want me to be?
That's right.
What was the most outstanding? You're looking at it like right there.
That he saw it from here instead of up there.
The most outstanding thing was the turnout, because this wasn't supposed to be a big roast. It's supposed to be within the family of the comics. And then this guy in my former hometown, Lynn, wrote it in the local newspaper, the Lynn Item, and it was a massive turnout for people I owed money to, ex-wives looking for, oh, Jesus.
So did you pay all those people back?
I paid them back with laughs. Yeah. That's how I get away with life, just making people laugh. This is the best thing, you people. You understand, the new kids here, the girl there, and you, and anybody that wants to get into comedy, and I mean it. And I told, was it you, about the girls? No, it was you. I forget who the hell I was talking about.
Well, we look the same.
I said, we need more women in comedy. You know, when I started out back in 1979, I saw you people going 18, but 1979, there was a girl named, I'm gone tonight, Lauren Dombrowski, and I hired her to do a show at an old club in Lynn, and I paid her equal, and all the guys were shocked. I gave her the same money I gave the guys, because I figured, what's the difference? And all of that nonsense has since left. You know, degenerates and all heavyweights are on doing. I'm happy to see a lot more women doing stand-up.
Speaking of heavyweights,
and I mean that.
Speaking of heavyweights, we got a heavyweight right to the right of you, Rick Cormier. There we go.
Thanks for inviting me, Shawn.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
And it was nice to meet you for the 50th time. So tell me a little bit about what you've been up to lately.
I've been very busy organizing the Rick Cormier fan club, of which Shawn is the president and only member so far. But
let's start somewhere.
I've been working on that.
And you sung recently. You were at the China Blossom with hypnotist Richard Anthony.
Right.
Tell me something about performing in a show like that.
Well, that was very interesting. I had never worked with a hypnotist before, but it was fun to watch what he does and how he interacts with the crowd. You know, and gets them to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do.
And have you ever been hypnotized?
Yeah, I was hypnotized about 20 years ago to quit smoking, and you know, it worked for 2 weeks, but it was a big Swedish guy, and but 2 weeks I quit for. But to this day, every month I write a check to the country of Sweden for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh boy! And tell me, what is in the process right now? What are you recording? And tell me a little bit about the websites you can go on to find out Rick Cormier parodies.
All right, I'm on SoundClick.com. I do song parodies a lot like Weird Al Yankovic does. I was going to say weird alcoholic. Describing myself there. But yeah, I do song parodies, and you can hear those on SoundClick. I've got 30 plus on there, and I've written 100 of them, but haven't gotten around to recording them all yet.
That's amazing.
Some of them I have halfway through, you know. Doing one called Talking Bird now, which is a parody of James Taylor's Mockingbird. And this one is about a bird that keeps telling on his owner's evil exploits that he does.
And you said you wrote a joke specifically for this show.
I did. When he first told me the name of the show, I thought he said Comedy Coroner. I thought it was a cop show about a wisecracking medical examiner. That's what I thought he said.
Oh boy. But that's the segment with Alana, Bob, and Rick. And now we're going to go back to my man, George Lyons. George?
Yeah, Comedy Corner, I'll tell you, you're killing me, I'll tell you that right now. I don't mind, Remo, I want to tell you, folks. What do we got there, Corey? Cue it up. That's all I got.
George Lyons, folks. Sound like Frank.com, correct?
Oh yeah, sounds like Frank.com. Frank Dean. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Sammy. Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. How did all these people get in my room? The moment that you speak, I want to run and play hide and seek. I want to go and bounce the moon just like a toy balloon, because you and I, just like a couple of tots, running around the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful fling to be flung. And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so young.
Back.
And even when I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me feel so, man, I just feel so. You make me feel so young. 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 Thank you. I'll be here all week. Right the field.
See you, cheers.
George Lyons, everybody.
That's right.
We got Jägermeister in the house. Not really, but we got the paraphernalia. I'm not a comedian. What can I say? So we got 6 comedians right here. We're going into a new segment which I've never had before, and I'm in broadcasting voice for some reason I don't know. And yeah, it's just going to be based on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's going to be called Who Wants a Shawn Hansen's Comedy Corner Mug.
I do.
Okay,
I got one.
Let's go.
So I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions each, and whoever gets the most right at the end of the show wins a Comedy Corner mug, which looks like this.
Wow. You shouldn't have.
There's only one. Yeah,
You want one?
I can keep it.
Whoever answers the most out of 2,
All right, so there's 11
called
questions
dumbing
in
down.
total. So whoever answers the most out of those. If, say, Rick Cormier gets one wrong, we'll pass it on to Bob Seibel and so forth.
Pass it on.
Sounds like you're making the rules up as you go along.
I think I
Is that
do
what
most
that-
of my
what
stuff
this
like that.
SHCC.
But anyways, who's up first?
Oh, fuck.
Rick Cormier.
That stands for Skinhead Cormier's Corner.